Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today I'm going to talk about the newest film from A24, my favorite people putting out films right now, Hereditary. So the story of Hereditary is a little confusing to try and explain. I really don't want to get into a lot of spoilers in this review, but I will say there's some supernatural elements. There's a grandmother and a family and some weird stuff going on, but really without spoiling a lot of the movie, there's not a lot I can tell you about it. But overall, it is kind of a psychological, supernatural, horror, thriller type movie. So I saw the reviews for this movie and the ratings it got on both Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic, the way people were praising it, that it was an absolute masterpiece, that it was amazing, an amazing modern horror film. And I feel like it's a little overhyped. It's good. Don't get me wrong, it's a good movie. But I didn't see anything in it that I felt like, oh, this is a game changer, this is incredible, this is, a joy to watch. The film that came out last year that I really liked from A24, It Comes at Night, had a very similar style to this film, and I'm surprised that they marketed this film in the same way they marketed that one. Like, they marketed It Comes at Night as this, kind of more scary, traditional horror movie, and it ended up being more of a psychological thriller with a few horror elements. This kind of felt the same to me. I felt like this movie was not what you would want to market as a horror movie. It is a horror movie, but it felt like The Witch or, It Comes at Night. It didn't feel like what a mainstream audience going to a cinema would say, oh, this is a horror movie, this is what I want to see, this is scary. That being said, the last probably 30 minutes of the film felt more like what they marketed it as, and I was definitely not disappointed in that. But the first half, at least, of the film is a slow burn that It Comes at Night style, which I personally enjoy, but I don't think that general audiences would love this movie. I think that there's a ton of setup, and it does get a little confusing at the end. It has a little bit of ambiguity to it, and I loved it. I thought the aspects of the film, the way that it's shot, they have these very slow pan-ins and pan-outs and swiping slow shots, kind of like It Comes at Night. It's a very similar style to It Comes at Night. And I think if you really enjoy film and filmmaking, you will like that. But if you're just a casual moviegoer looking to be scared or see something, disturbing how it's marketed as, I don't think you will be fully satisfied in that. The last 30 minutes you might enjoy, but I think that people walked out of my theater because the first half it's pretty slow. And from my point of view, it wasn't boring. I didn't think that the movie was boring at all. But it is slow. I feel like it would have benefited from probably cutting off 15 minutes. Those lingering shots, while someone like me might find that interesting, and the panning and the tracking and kind of the going into this environment and really creating the sense of, size and light and all that was really cool. But for an average moviegoer, they're just going to think this is boring. It's just these long, slow moments where no one's talking or just focused on a thing or a person, which I really like. But like I said, I don't think that a normal movie-going person that isn't really into that kind of stuff, into indie films or something like that, would really enjoy it. The acting, I will say, was incredible, especially Toni Collette. She killed it. This was an excellent performance by her. I was really fully engrossed in how terrified she was and how conflicted she was and how she was dealing with different emotions like loss, confusion, and guilt, and I really liked her character. I thought that was the best part of the film. The horror elements of the film worked for me, but I thought her journey through the film was the best part of the movie. Like I said before, the cinematography is really great in it. I loved the way they shot this film. I love the camera angles, the way that they used the model homes that she creates in the film. That's what the mother's job is to create this art gallery that's these small miniatures of homes and people and stuff. And they used those set pieces to kind of zoom in to like an environment and zoom out, and she's kind of recreating scenes from the film in her art, and that was really well integrated. There's transition scenes I thought really cool, night and day, and there was these transitions where it would be a model home but then it would actually be the real home, and I really liked that part of the film. So would I say this movie is super terrifying, horrifying, like it's being marketed as it's the scariest thing since The Exorcist or something like that? I wouldn't say that. I mean, I see a lot of horror movies, so maybe I'm a little desensitized to it, but the last 30 minutes felt like a very artsy A24 horror movie, which I like, but I wouldn't say people probably be confused more than scared with what's going on. It almost had those, weird Rob Zombie, that's a weird comparison, but like a weird Rob Zombie-esque thing going on where you're kind of just seeing these graphic things happening and you don't really understand why, and I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I think that horror fans might enjoy it, and definitely indie film A24 fans will like this movie, but I think a general audience would just kind of find it maybe even confusing and a little slow, and I could see how someone could definitely see the first half of this movie kind of boring. So overall, if I were going to rate this movie, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. I just feel like it could have been shorter. It could have used those really gut-wrenching, visceral moments that, especially towards the end of the film and scattered throughout the beginning a little bit. If you would have kept that up, like kept that unnerving, uncomfortable, just keep that up more through the movie instead of a lot of slow shots, which I like. It's for me, it's aesthetically interesting to watch, but I think the movie could have been something really special and something I would really want to see again and again and again. I liked it a lot. I probably won't see it again. I'll see it again when it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD, but I wouldn't be going back to the movies to see this. Had really good lighting and sound design and stuff that I enjoy, but I don't know. It was kind of a hard movie to watch. I'm not going to say it was bad like that. It was a movie that when you watch it, you can appreciate the way that it's made. You can really enjoy the horror aspect, especially towards the end of the film, the acting. But it's slow. It's a slow burn film, and it's hard for me to watch slow burn films over and over and over again. But yeah, overall, it's a good movie. Not absolutely incredibly amazing. I don't think I liked it as much as It Comes at Night. Kind of more of the same of that, but I liked It Comes at Night's story better. I thought the acting in this was probably just as good as that. But yeah, overall, pretty good movie. Not absolutely amazing, but still pretty good. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought about it. I've seen a disparity between what general audiences thought of this movie and what really big movie film fans thought of it. So I want to see what you think. I think there's some people that are going to really enjoy it and like it, like I like it, and there's some people that are going to really hate it. I think it's going to have that It Comes at Night effect, where people thought, because of the marketing, it was going to be like The Exorcist, or be like a really intense, supernatural, scary throughout the whole film, and they didn't get that, but you did get a little more than you did with It Comes at Night. So, I don't know, I'm interested to see what you say. Start the conversation down below, and see you next time.